My name is Jerry Early. I'm from Arranmore Island. Born in America but moved here at a very young age. I was only a year old. So I'm quite active on the island. Wear different hats. I also run the Early Spar here and also the hostel down on the waterfront. So yeah, always enough to keep me going, keep me busy. So Arranmore, as you can see, is 3 miles from the mainland by boat, approximately 15-20 minutes across in the boat, which is generally sheltered waters. As you can see out over the bay, it's a beautiful evening, and there's loads to do on the island. I suppose one of the things that's very undersold is our cliff walks. Up around the lighthouse there is just spectacular, something that's comparable, I think, to anything that we have on Ireland. And then, you know, like all islands, there's always loads to be doing. Sometimes you have to go and find it, which in itself is, I think, refreshing. You know, it's you're not being told this, that, and another, and then come disappointed. So we do have a very successful Come on the Mad, and that would really do kayaking and sailing. That's run from the local community centre. That's becoming more and more popular. So loads to be doing for kids. You know, fantastic playgrounds. We're a very good soccer team. So we have, you know, good soccer field access that we share with all codes. And as you can see, the schools, both the schools, you know, we're blessed, I suppose, that all our kids can now stay on the island and go to school on the island, which wasn't always the case. So yeah, it's Arranmore has taken, you know, I think it's on the up curve again, which is really good. It's different, you know, younger people moving here, and, you know, new ideas, and you know, I think the future's bright for Arranmore. You don't come to Arranmore, you don't come to any island on the west coast of Ireland for the weather, but of course, you know, when you get it, we tend to give you last second out of it, which is, you know, I remember earlier on the year there was a period, and I was out sailing with a friend of mine. He says, if we had this weather all the time, we'd never stop sailing. And I says, no, if we're having this weather all the time, we'd be having siestas. So I think that's one thing the Irish do well, is because we are so weather dependent, that when we do get a good day, we tend to, you know, pack it in. And so, like I say, you know, we're not coming for the weather, but like everywhere on the west coast, when you get it, we use it. I think there's just loads of good stuff going on here at the moment, and sometimes you just have to, you know, come and experience it, rather than come looking for something. Just come and leave yourself open to it. Covers all ages, you know, good music in the pubs, you know, good nightlife, and as I say, we're you know, we're much more accessible to the island than people would think. 15 minutes you're across, and, you know, like all islands, when you leave the mainland, that's when the journey starts, I think, and not when you get to the island. And in many respects, you know, getting away for a short break or a weekend, you know, you're leaving your troubles behind you back in Ireland, and on the islands, that's where the fun's to be had.